So Mel Kiper Jr. just put up his top 5 draft picks for the 2021 draft. My thoughts on that, plus some potential Longhorns that could go in the first round, potentially even the top 10, coming up right after the buffer. Welcome to Eyes on Texas channel, your source of breaking horns news with video highlights. I'm your host, AK Alistair King, and I'm back here again with another video for y'all today. So Mel Kiper Jr. just recently posted his first round 2021 top 5 NFL draft picks. Already, top 5. And who does he have coming up in that top 5? I'm going to tell you about it. My thoughts on that, plus potential Longhorns that could go in the first round. And who does Mel have going in number 5? He has Micah Parsons, linebacker, Penn State, 6'3", 245. Coming off the season for the Nittany Lions, he had 103 tackles, 5 sacks with 14 tackles for loss. I anticipate his sacks to double and more tackles for loss for Parsons coming up in the 2020 year. Coming up number 4, he has Jamar Chase, wide receiver, LSU. Jamar Chase is going to be a 6'1", 200-pounder for you. He led the total FBS with yards with 1,780 with 20 touchdowns on the year. Had a fabulous year, as we know, with Dr. Joe Burrow throwing him the ball. This is where I kind of sort of have a little bit of dispute with Mel on this. I don't have Jamar going this high. I don't have him as a top 5 guy. I potentially have someone else coming in. I'll bring you in that substitute here coming up next. But he tore up the defenses last year, Jamar Chase, led by Joe Burrow's offense in the 2019 seasons. And I believe that he will be a top round draft pick, just not quite in the top 5. Top number 3, coming out of Oregon, we have Pennai Sewell. He's going to be an offensive tackle, 6'6", 330 pounds. Absolute beast of a man when it comes to Mel on this. I'm going to take his eval on this. He came in as a highly ranked 4-star recruit out of high school, and he did nothing else but live up and exceed those expectations, only allowing 1 sack in his only 2 seasons there at Oregon, where he started and played for every single game for the Ducks. Absolute first rounder, absolute top 5 talent all the way. Coming up next is going to be your boy Justin Fields. Everybody knows everything about Justin Fields. Started out at Georgia, got beat out by Mr. Jack Fromm, who also drove away your boy to the Huskies up there in Washington. Justin Fields in the 2019 season, stats were really amazing. A true dual threat quarterback, 67% completion, was 13-1 as a starter. Absolutely amazing season. He threw the ball for almost 3,300 yards and rushed for almost another 500 in addition to that. Justin is a true dual threat quarterback. And what I mean by that is he can truly beat you with his arm, and he can just truly beat you with his legs. You take away one, he'll beat you with the other. Justin Fields is the man coming out of Ohio State. Coming in number 1, I have the boy, I call him the galloping goat, Trevor Lawerence. He's going to be 29-1 as a starter there for the Clemson Tigers. Absolutely amazing. I'll get to why I call him the galloping goat here in amazing. I think you're going to know why once I get into it. But he has 66 career touchdowns in 2 seasons. 24/7 called him the number 2 overall quarterback recruit they've ever had. He was rated 9.99999 on their scale. Who was number 1, you ask? Of course you know it's your boy VY, Vince Young, coming out of Madison, Houston, representing the Horns. You know this. Anyway, back to the galloping goat. Number 2 all-time recruit. They're coming out of Georgia, now playing for the Clemson Tigers. Makes great decisions, smart with the ball, accuracy, absolute cannon for an arm. And the reason why I call him the galloping goat, you know, in the game against the semifinals against the number 2 overall prospect coming out in the 21 draft, Justin Fields, you know he beat him in the semis. The 67-yard run, the gallop, the 67-yard run, put a team on his back in the second half, and led the Clemson Tigers into a defeat of the Ohio State Buckeyes. Absolutely amazing. Trevor Lawerence for the Clemson Tigers.
Lawerence took a peek downfield, had a lot of room, and breaks a tackle, and is still running. Lawerence in a foot race. Will they catch him? Touchdown Tigers! Wow! A game-changing play.
Here by Trevor Lawerence. Simpson, the left guard. You can see the linebackers, they actually move this way, and now it's up to the free safety, Josh Proctor, to be able to make a play. The eraser, right? You got to make that play. And again, he's 6'6", 220, making those moves in the open field. Heck of a play in the Tigers.
First, he's ranked number 9 already, and I think he has a great chance of improving upon that. There's going to be Samuel Cosmi. He's going to be our O tackle out there. He's a giant man, 6'5", 305 pounds. He has a long, lean frame. He moves very fluid on the offensive line out there. He's great in the pass rush, in a pass pro. He just needs to tighten up his, he just needs to be a little bit more meaner in the run game. Just needs to get a little bit more nasty and physical down there in the trenches. But has the typical body type for your OT tackle, their position there for you. Another person who I think has a great chance, we call him the Jack linebacker, kind of a new position that we're having here in our defense, Joeseph Ossai. I believe he's going to be our best pass rusher in the 2021 season. He's 6'4", 225 pounds, has great speed, great pad level, and does a great job coming off the ball. Is heavy-handed there for a defensive lineman. Big hitter, great tackler. Loving what Ossai brings to the table there for us. Someone else who I thought was going to be a first rounder as soon as he stepped on foot at the 40 acres, as soon as I saw him putting the pads in on that burnt orange and white helmet with the Hook'em sign on the symbol, Mr. Caden Sterns, coming out of Steele, Texas there for you. Caden Sterns, like I said, looked like a first rounder all the way. Big, heavy hitter, comes with it, brings the wood, is an absolute lumberjack back there in the defensive backfield for the Longhorns. Looked like a first rounder all the way. Can cover sideline to sideline and brings the wood. I love what Caden Sterns has brought the whole entire time for the Longhorns. Some people who could possibly slip into the first round, probably the second though, with great potential because cornerbacks always go really high in the draft, is going to be Jalen Green and Anthony Cook. I give them an honorable mention there. If they have an absolute breakout season, they both kind of sort of got torched a little bit last year in that game against LSU, but they have a great chance of being up there as well. With that being said, guys, that pretty much will sums this one up for you. I just want to let you guys know, got a question quick for you. What other Longhorns do you think will be drafted in the 2021 draft? Who else has the chance of going out there and being a first rounder, second rounder, or might even be a 7th-day sleeper for the Horns? Anyway, give me your facts, give me your opinions, give me a like, give me a subscribe, guys. Always appreciate the support. As always, keep your eyes on Texas. Hook 'em up.
Lawerence took a peek downfield, had a lot of room, and breaks a tackle, and is still running. Lawerence in a foot race. Will they catch him? Touchdown Tigers! Wow! A game-changing play. Lawerence took a peek downfield, had a lot of room, and breaks a tackle, and is still running. Lawerence in a foot race. Will they catch him? Touchdown Tigers! Wow! A game-changing play.